Some are cheesy, some are imposing, all are classics.
Goodbye, Sailor Moon!
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 anime villains of the 90s.
And how dare they act like we're criminals?
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we'll be looking at the most iconic villains in anime that made their debuts in the 1990s, and ranking them on their popularity and lasting impact.
Oh my! This is stupendous! Wow, what a great show!
Number 10, the MacDougall Brothers, Outlaw Star.
I'm all ready, Ron.
Good. We wait till sunset, then close in for our attack.
Give these boys a wad of cash, tell them to go kill someone, and they'll get the job done. While Gene Starwind has encountered all manner of criminal scum throughout his trip across the stars, none have been more persistent than these two siblings.
What's the matter? You can't run off. I'm not finished playing with you yet.
Their desperate pursuit of Hot Ice Hilda and penchant for violence made their misdeeds somewhat endearing, so much so we couldn't wait for them to appear on screen. If only for Gene and company to blast them back into the vacuum of space.
You mean you blew it? Get out of there now, Harry!
Oh, you son of a bitch!
Number 9, Queen Beryl, Sailor Moon.
For your sake, it had better work. For once.
Serving as the Sailor Scouts' original antagonist, this sorceress turned to the dark side after losing her precious Prince Endymion to Princess Serenity. In her vengeance, she pretty much ended up screwing everything up for the Moon Kingdom.
Please, Your Majesty, it was an accident.
First the elevator, then the ice crystal? Did you think I wouldn't know?
No, it's just...
Following on from that, she aimed to repeat the process on Earth by snatching up the prince's reincarnation and slaying Sailor Moon in the process. Yep, she knows a thing or two about holding a grudge.
You are mine!
Number 8, Dilandau Albatou, the vision of Escaflowne. Vane doesn't even come close to describing this one. By far the most sadistic warrior the Zyback Empire has at its disposal, Dilandau's impulsive nature and incomparable narcissism made him a character we just loved to hate. Hell, the main reason he despises our heroic lead is because he left a tiny cut on his supposedly perfect face. While we'd later learn just why the leader of the Dragon Slayers has so many screws loose, he still made for the perfect foil for Van to fight against.
Yes.
Number 7, Zechs Merquise, Mobile Suit Gundam Wing.
You haven't changed one bit, Lieutenant.
Have you got a machine ready for me, Walker?
This one's a little more complex. While Gundam purists might take one look at this guy and immediately call out Charclone, Zechs is actually a character all of his own, who at times blurred the line between good and evil.
There!
While we can't say he was the cruelest individual to emerge from Gundam's most Bishonen-stacked iteration, he certainly knows how to take heads while piloting the Epion. If he can't persuade you with his silver tongue, then he'll painfully demonstrate why he's known as the Lightning Count.
And that's why I'll set everything right.
Number 6, Dio Brando, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure OVA. You thought we'd include Stardust Crusaders on this list, but it was actually me, the classic OVA. Yeah, long before Jotaro Kujo got the remaster he so desperately needed, we had this little series, one that introduced us to the terror that was Lord Dio. Even before his name was known by all, the Joestar nemesis was still shown to have all the crazy quirks we've come to love him for, dropping steamrollers and mutilating his own face included. Just goes to show that no matter the decade, this vampire never gets old. Number 5, Makoto Shishio, Rurouni Kenshin.
Since then, he has become a demon of revenge. He has gathered together crazed fighters who lust for bloodshed.
When Kenshin abandoned his killing ways to atone for his sins, the title of Manslayer was left open for another to grasp, and wouldn't you know it, it went to this severely disfigured psychotic swordsman. Fueled by pain and a desire to spread chaos, Shishio proved himself to be Kenshin's greatest opponent.
I want to see how much effort it'll take to reach into the depths of Kenshin Himura, the Wanderer. And drag out the old Batosai, the Manslayer.
And burdened by morals, he was even willing to slice through his own comrades just to gain an advantage in a fight. Brutal up until the end. This is one twisted fire starter we won't soon forget.
For that, I'll make sure your name is mentioned in the history I'm creating.
Number 4, Toguro, Yu Hakusho. Yusuke had no shortage of foes during his time as a spirit detective, but by far the one that left the biggest impression was this shades-wearing demon. While we figured him for nothing more than a bulky henchman, Toguro ended up casting quite the shadow across the series. With monstrous strength, a tragic past, and a deadly rivalry with Yusuke, his actions at the Dark Tournament cemented him as an antagonist leagues above the other devilish denizens of the series.
Think, Yusuke. What do you owe these people? Why do you let their weakness drag you down?
Number 3, Team Rocket, Pokemon.
Oh, spare in a Pokemon match, boy.
Enough talk.
We never said they had to be effective villains. Almost as iconic as Pikachu, this merry trio of criminals have made their sole goal in life to hunt down the Lightning Mouse, even if it takes them all over the globe. Given that they've failed more times than Ash has bombed at a tournament, you have to admire their commitment to their cause.
I was the one who caught it.
What about me?
You couldn't catch a cold.
Never seen without a ridiculous set of disguises, a whole host of crazy capturing contraptions, as well as their now legendary motto, Jesse, James, and Meowth stand tall as the model rocket employees.
Surrender now or prepare to fight.
Meow. That's right.
Number 2, Vicious, Cowboy Bebop.
Who are you? Tell me.
Vicious.
The clue is in the name here. Remorseless, uncaring, and the bane of Spike Spiegel's existence, this ruthless killer only seems to feel alive when he's making others cry tears of scarlet.
Tell Gren that I send my regards.
A former partner of Spike's during their time as members of the Red Dragon Syndicate, he stands as the one responsible for taking everything from the Space Cowboy, aiming to finish him off with his signature sword. This is definitely not a man you want to cross.
You should see yourself. You have any idea what you look like right at this moment, Spike? What? A ravenous beast?
Number 1, Frieza, Dragon Ball Z.
Well, this is it. I hope you're not disappointed.
The intergalactic tyrant wins the day again. Out of all the beings that have threatened the universe, and believers, there have been plenty, none have quite managed to top this nasty bastard.
So the jury's still out on that one.
Able to drop his victims with just a flick of the finger, Frieza remains Goku's most iconic foe, not to mention he was the one responsible for the genocide of the Saiyan race. Heartless to the end, eerily charismatic, and the one responsible for triggering Goku's switch to Super Saiyan, we never got tired of seeing this guy strut his stuff.
Help me!
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.